Hey there, Cal State East Bay community. It's Adrian Eraslan, counselor faculty at Student Health and Counseling, and I'm here today to talk to you about self-care. I know, a therapist talking about self-care. How original. I realize that that's kind of an overused phrase, and we might hear it a lot without maybe necessarily knowing exactly what that means. I know when I first started hearing about self-care in therapy spaces, I was like, okay, that's like, what, a bubble bath, a pedicure? I don't really get it. So one of the things that I did to help myself was come up with what I call the 5 R's of self-care. So 5 R's are these different categories to think about different kinds of self-care to help identify, okay, what is it that we're needing and what could that possibly look like? So I'm gonna go through these 5 R's with you right now. So first, we're gonna talk about rest and relaxation. So it seems pretty straightforward, thinking about, those times when maybe you are just exhausted, you got no energy, you need to just like chill out for a little while. And for different people, the first obvious thing is sleep, but there are a lot of things that can help us feel rested or relaxed. So maybe that's chilling watching your favorite Netflix show, maybe that's reading a book, maybe that is a bubble bath. No shame on bubble baths. So thinking about what helps you to feel relaxed, like you're kind of at peace a little bit. So that's the first R, is rest. The second R is recharge. And I think this is one that maybe doesn't get as much attention, but recharging is getting that that zap back, that energy, I feel like, okay, I got a little more juice again. For me, I really like going to art museums. That really kind of recharges me. It makes me feel inspired. It makes me feel like I've got energy again. So I'm curious for you, what helps you feel recharged? That's the second R. The third R is regulation. So regulation, if you think about, if folks have ever heard of the window of tolerance, this is okay, this is the window where I can deal with stuff. When I'm all the way up here, can't deal with stuff. When I'm all the way down here, can't deal with stuff. So how do I get back into this window when I'm feeling way up here or way down here? So for some people that might be things like, I'm sure you've heard another therapy cliche, deep breathing. For me, it actually is really effective. So for me, when I feel like I need to sort of regulate or kind of come back down or kind of find my center again, I might put a hand on my chest, a hand on my belly, and just take a few deep breaths. I find that having that contact kind of helps me feel a little bit like, okay, here I am. I'm right here. I'm gonna take some breaths. I'm gonna slow things down. I'm gonna feel a little more grounded, a little more centered. So for you, regulating might be taking a cold shower or running cold water over your hands. It might be holding something in your hands. It might be kind of giving yourself some nice rubs. It might be a lot of different things. So that's something that you can explore and sort of figure out what works for you and what doesn't. There's a lot of different ways to regulate out there. So that's number 3, is regulation. Number 4 is going to be reflection. So for me, reflecting is, if I'm feeling really scattered or I'm having some kind of emotion, but I don't really know where it's coming from or I'm not really sure what's happening, I might need to pause and kind of figure out what's going on with myself. I might need to just check in with Adrian, see what's going on. So for me, doing something like journaling is really helpful for that. So just anything that kind of helps you figure out okay, what's going on with me? Maybe that's talking to a friend, maybe that's meditating. It could be a lot of different things. Again, everything, there's different ways for different people, and that's okay. We get to just kind of figure out what's helpful for me in this area. And the last one, I admit, is a little bit of a cheat, really basic human needs. Y'all know about hunger. Y'all know what it's like when you're trying to function, when you're really sleepy. Sometimes those basic needs like food, sleep, movement, water can have a really big impact on our mental health. So if you're feeling out of sorts, maybe check in with yourself. Have I eaten today? Have I slept more than 7 hours anytime recently? Just figuring out where do I need a little more care for my actual physical body, and how's that going to help me? So thinking about that, I think, can be really useful. So that's it. Those are the 5 R's. And when we get kind of familiar with those, if we notice that we're feeling like we kind of need something, but we're not sure what, we can kind of look at that list and say, oh, okay, I think I might need some recharge. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to go down to the art museum. I'm going to spend time with friends. I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do. So I hope that that's helpful for you. It's been helpful for me. So get out there and take care of yourselves because you deserve it. All right, take care, East Bay.